Have you been following what's going on with Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins? If not, you're not going to believe what's happening with Crosby and the Pens right now. The Leafs were off, but they're not going to like what happened. Kucherov and McKinnon continue to go blow for blow in the battle for the Art Ross and the Hart. A milestone for Marchand. Another team clinched. Another team was eliminated. And just how skilled are scorers in the NHL right now? Not one, but two bank shot goals from behind the goal line that you got to see to believe. All right, let's get to it. Remember when Kyle Dubas traded away Sidney Crosby's favorite line mate because he decided the Pens no longer had a shot at making the playoffs? Well, Crosby and the Pens knocked off Ovi and the Caps 4-1 in the battle for the final playoff spot in the East last night. The Pens are now just 2 points out of a wild card spot. Can you imagine what the Pens could be doing right now if Dubas hadn't traded away Jake Guentzel? Can you imagine what Sidney Crosby is thinking right now? Hey, Leaf fans, look out. The Lightning are on fire. The night after manhandling the Leafs, they went into Montreal and thumped the Habs 7-4. Just one regulation loss in their last 12. The Lightning are now just 2 points behind the Leafs in the battle for third in the Atlantic. And how much does that matter? Well, the team that doesn't finish third is going to slip into a wild card and will have to open the playoffs against a division winner, either the Bruins or the Rangers in round one. The Leafs and the Lightning do go head-to-head in Tampa in the final game of the regular season. So that game could be huge. By the way, Nikita Kucherov continues to rip it up. He scored his 43rd and added 2 assists. But not to be outdone, McKinnon also had a goal and 2 assists last night. Kucherov's got a 3-point lead over Nathan McKinnon and 7 ahead of McDavid in the race for the Art Ross, not to mention in the battle for the Hart. The race for the Rocket was over a long time ago, obviously. Sam Reinhart, though, continues to cash in, literally cash in. The Panther sniper fired in his 53rd of the season last night. That's already 20 better than his career high. Only Austin Matthews has more, way more. Reinhardt's a pending unrestricted free agent, so he's in for a huge payday. Speaking of the Panthers, a big night for Paul Maurice. He earned his 864th career win. He's now 4th on the all-time wins list. Only Scotty Bowman, Joel Quenneville, and Barry Trotz have more wins. So, just how skilled are shooters in the NHL right now? A bit of a trend on bank shot goals on Thursday night. In Ottawa, Anton Lundell from behind the goal line. No one's open in front, so he rifles the puck off Jonas Korpisalo and in. Ridiculous skill. And this one is even better. Jackets and Islanders. Kirill Marchenko almost completely behind the net. Looks, fires the puck off Ilya Sorokin's head and in. That's awesome. Although a little embarrassing for Sorokin. The good news for the Islanders, they actually won the game. They're now one of 5 teams separated by just 2 points in the battle for the final 2 playoff spots in the East. This is crazy what's going on there. The Bruins won their 3rd straight game. They're now just a point behind the Rangers in the race for first overall in the President's Trophy. A big night for Brad Marchand. I know Marchand's got a lot of fans. He fired home his 400th career goal, just the 5th Bruin in franchise history to reach that impressive milestone. The playoff picture in the West is gaining a little more clarity. Gabe Vilardi picked up his first career hat trick in a 5-2 win over the Flames. With that, the Jets clinched a playoff berth while the Flames were officially eliminated. Also from that game, Martin Prospicel is in big trouble with the league again, almost exactly a month after getting a 3-game suspension for a brutal, dangerous hit from behind on Vince Dunn. He's going to get suspended again, this time for stepping up and launching his shoulder and elbow into Josh Morrissey's head. Don't be surprised if he's offered an in-person hearing for this one, because it could be a big one.
The elbow was probably the piece of it that I feel like is the reckless part of the hit. So, the league will look at it. Obviously, he's got a couple suspensions, and he's a young guy in the league, so, not the best to be losing money like that. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, you've heard from me. Now it's time to hear from you. Do Sid and the Pens really have a shot at the playoffs? Did Kyle Dubas blow it? Does this just encourage Crosby to look for a new home? Is the MVP race a 2-horse race between Kucherov and McKinnon, or are McDavid and Matthews still very much in the mix? Who do you like for third in the Atlantic, the Leafs or the Lightning? Would love to hear what you think about all of this.